Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge semi-flush called the Disq Large. So I actually own the smaller version of this, and I think it's dynamite. I have a transitional house, kind of like modern going into traditional, kind of in the middle there, and I have this with the cork shade. Love it, love it, love it. Let's get into details on this. This is going to be 8.1 inches overall height. It's going to be from the very bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. 23 inches in diameter, so it's a good size. This is actually the setup, the shade setup for this. There's one size down from this, and this is the one down, but I'm going to use this to kind of explain the glass and the shades with you. It's going to be hanging from a canopy that's 6.1 inches in diameter, and again, let's talk about more details in there. So a great way to show you inside of this fixture is for you to see the installation sheets, and those are the same papers that are going to be in the box when you get this. You can see them now. How are we going to do that? We're going to look over on the right hand side of your screen. Under those pull down menus, midway down, there's going to be a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So click on that and open it up for me. So you'll see a full parts list. You're going to see how this all goes together, and I put this together myself. However, it's easier to have two people do this because you kind of have to hold part of the shade while you're kind of maneuvering it around the glass. So if you have a friend or a family member help, it'll be awesome, but you can do it yourself too. Let's get back into those sheets. It's going to show you a couple more details of like how there's, I'm pretty sure on the drawings, it's probably going to show you the LED setup. So you have this round strip of LEDs on the bottom, round strip of LEDs on the top, and it's going to be pushing light up and down. It's going to show you how the canopy, the 6.1 inch diameter canopy, is going to go over your 4-inch junction box. Okay, it's weighing in at 10 pounds, so it'll hang beautifully from this box. It doesn't need any kind of support other than that. Okay, so let's get into the glass and the sides. If you guys are familiar with these materials, this is spun frost, which is the white, and that's what I have on here now. And then this is cork, and cork is going to read as a wood, which is what cork really is, right? The bottom is going to be a frosted glass diffuser. The top is going to be a frosted glass diffuser ring, because this has to go over the mechanics of the fixture part itself. So this material is kind of this space-aged polymer or plexiglass. You can kind of feel how stiff it is, cleans easily. This is actually two pieces of cork. There's a piece on this side, and kind of a plastic in between. So you can't. It's very durable. A lot of people think it's like so thin that you can put your finger through it, but no. This is like pretty good. Really well done stuff. Incredibly well done. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about what's inside of this. So 28 watts of LED. That's a lot of light. That's 1900 lumens. That's basically about 260 watt, 275 watt bulbs basically. You're going to have light going up, hitting your ceiling, bouncing around, and you're going to have light going down as well. You'll want to put this on a dimmer because this is going to be dedicated LED, and the dimmer has to be set up for LEDs. It'll tell you that on the box. There's no price difference between a regular dimmer and an LED dimmer. You just have to have the right one. Let's go back to these for a second. You're going to see a place over on the right-hand side of your screen near the top where you can actually order samples of these. So you tick a couple boxes, you request the frost and the cork, you put in your name and your address. That comes to us, and we put these right in the mail for you without any problem. It doesn't cost you a penny, and they go out the same day. And there's no better way to see something than having it right in your hands in front of you. Okay, so take advantage of that because that's what we're here for. Okay, let's move on to metal finishes. So you're going to have some metal finishes to play with on this. This is the small part on the bottom that keeps the whole thing together. It's threaded inside, and then you have the stem going up to the canopy, and then you have the canopy that's going over the junction box. That'll be available in all those metal finishes on the pull-down menu up in the upper right-hand corner, and we have a metal finishes help guide. It's just called a finishes help guide. When you're done with this video, look over in the red tabs on the left-hand side of your screen, and you're going to see a finishes help guide. Open that up. There's a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart farther down on the page. So scroll down on that page, you'll see, and actually, you know what, I think you can probably just open a new tab, and you might be able to do that now. You can, when you're scrolling down, you'll see that chart. That chart is going to be used in the video. So I'm going to bounce back and forth and kind of explain their finishes to you in the video. When you're done with all that, go back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures, dark smoke, vintage platinum, whatever, big window is going to pop up, and it's going to show you a whole bunch of Hubbardton forged fixtures in that finish. It's a great way for you to really get your head around finishes on Hubbardton forged stuff. Okay, so I think this covers most of what we need to talk about. Our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures on display. We have the smaller version of this on display on the second floor, as well as we also have, I think we have the table lamp too. That's where this came off of, believe it or not, because it shares some of the same parts. And our showroom has over 350 things on display from Hubbardton Forge, like I mentioned a second ago. We have a What's on Display page. It's in the left-hand side of your screen where all the good information is that you need. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. It's an amazing deal for you. If you are going to visit us, do me a favor, a couple things. Measure your ceiling heights. Measure your ceiling heights. Measure your ceiling heights. Very important. Measure your tables. Measure kitchen islands. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distance between your junction boxes. All of those good things. Counter heights. We like to see that kind of stuff. If you guys have an iPad laying around, take pictures with that and bring that in because we can see more about what you're doing. Bring a good sized SUV because the clearance center stuff is usually boxed up because it was shipped originally, usually. And you want to take stuff home because 75% off MSRP is a great deal. Remember that. Okay? When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There is no tax if you ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else does that. Some larger items, and that's going to be big things generally on pallets, or custom items are non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page if that is the case. Keep your eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock anything. They make everything to order. That's how you're going to get all of these things to play with and finishes. Generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks. We can cut that time in half. It is super cheap. If you want to know more, just drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, or you can call 802-446-2400 during business hours. So showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6, and I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern to answer questions for you guys. So take advantage of me being here because I'm here for you. Okay? Thanks again, and you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.